It's week 3 of high school football on the Jersey Shore. I'm Rich Krampanis. Thanks so much for logging on to ShoreSportsZone.com, where we have another full night of Shore Conference football in Monmouth and Ocean County. We get started with a great matchup in Ocean. The Spartans hosting Red Bank Regional. The Bucks had a 3-0 lead at the half. This is the final play of the third quarter. Jack Nowitzki with the pass to Matt Raritan. He comes down with it. He shakes off his defender, and there he goes. 88 yards for Matt Raritan, and the Bucks take a 9-0 lead at the end of 3. Then, early in the fourth, the Spartans try the reverse, but we've got a fumble. The ball's on the turf, and Chris Outerbridge is all over it. It's a scoop and score, 29 yards, and all of a sudden, Red Bank Regional has a 16-0 advantage. Ocean still has plenty of fight left in them. Here's quarterback Kenny Pickett with a screen pass to Tyler Thompson. Great run. It would lead to this. Pickett to Kadiri Quadratula. This is a 7-yard scoring play. Ocean is on the board at 16-6, but a key play here. The Spartans go for 2. Pickett's pass is broken up by Matt Raritan, so it stays a 2-possession game. And the rest of the story, the Red Bank Regional defense was absolutely tremendous. They did such a good job of containing one of the best running backs in New Jersey. And as you can see in this highlight, the Bucks defense did it as a collective unit, and Red Bank Regional makes a statement. 16-6 is your final. The Bucks are 3-0 on the season, and if you go by pregame predictions, almost everyone would have said that Ocean Township was the favorite in this one, but Red Bank Regional has served notice that they are primed for a special season in Little Silver. After the game, we listened in on head coach Nick Giglio, who provided the key to the success for a huge road win.
You're learning something. You're learning how to practice. You're learning how to practice at a high level, and that relates to playing at a high level. Absolutely, positively, so proud of you guys. I'm clapping right here for you guys.
I just scraped towards the center, and then I saw him come around with the the reverse, and then I saw him drop, and I just picked it up. First, I didn't think I was gonna score, so I just tried to run as fast as I could. I got a bad knee, so I just kept going, and I just got in there.
What does it mean for this program to score a win like this? It really was a statement win, wasn't it?
Yeah, a lot of people doubted us, so I guess it proves a point, and we just got more wins to come.
Shore Sports Zone's coverage of Red Bank Regional is sponsored by Navasink Electrical.
They call it the Civil War. A huge crowd on hand at Toms River North as the Mariners host crosstown rival Toms River South in the annual rivalry game. Toms River North gets the ball to start, and it's Mike Husney going to the air. Darian Carrington, a 46-yard gain inside the 5. It would lead to this. Husney finishing off the drive with a 4-yard touchdown run. 7-0 Toms River North, just under 9 minutes to go in the first. On the defensive side of the ball, we all know about the Division I prospect, Deshaun Copes. They call him Day-Day. He is a beast. Huge hit there on Deshaun Alexander. How about some more Toms River North defense? The Mariners force a fumble. It goes right into the hands of Pete LaQuaglia. He returns it 20 yards for the score. So many defensive touchdowns. More to come in our highlight show. It's 14-0 Toms River North. Toms River South tries to answer back. Remember, this is a rivalry game. Deshaun Alexander. Wow, this is an awesome run. It's 71 yards, and it sets the stage for the Indians to get on the board. TJ Scuderi to Tyler Sosa. This is an 18-yard scoring play. We got a 14-7 game midway through the first. But the Toms River South momentum wouldn't last for long because on the first play from scrimmage, Mike Husney has an answer. To one of his top targets, this is Bryce Watts. 80 yards for the score. It's 21-7 Mariners. And then another turnover for the Toms River North defense. Scuderi loses the ball on the handoff. Pete LaQuaglia, his second fumble recovery of the game. And then Toms River North turns that turnover into points. Asante Moore plows his way into the end zone. This is a 3-yard scoring play that made it 28-7. And the Toms River North defense was simply relentless. Day-Day Copes. Another turnover created by the Mariners, and it sets the stage for Mike Husney. We know he can throw it, but he can run it as well. This is a top play nominee for sure. Look at him shed the tacklers. 19 yards for the score. Toms River North takes a 34-7 lead at halftime. They go on to a 55-20 win over Toms River South. Look at the numbers from Mike Husney. 289 total yards, 3 passing touchdowns, 2 rushing touchdowns. And Toms River North, after losing to Brick Memorial, and they were on the other side giving up 50-plus points last week, they turn it around and get a win over their arch rival. The Mariners are now 2-1 on the season.
Shore Sports Zone's coverage of Raritan High School is sponsored by Hazlitt Pharmacy.
At Matawan High, the Huskies facing rival Raritan, a team they beat twice last year on the way to a state title. It was 13-3 Rockets at the half. This is the opening kickoff of the third, and here comes Nick Pasquin. He's got some wheels. Great return by Nick Pasquin inside the 30-yard line. He wasn't done there. Pasquin, also a great receiver. Mark Carnival to Nick Pasquin, 27 yards. And just like that, Raritan's lead increases to 20-3. And let's shine the zone spotlight on Nick Pasquin. I was able to spend some time with Nick this summer at the Ripped Combine. Coach Bobby Smith and Adam Fight setting up an NFL Combine style, and Nick Pasquin put up some huge numbers against a number of Shore Conference schools, was the fastest guy in the building, and as you can see in the highlights, it translated well onto the football field. Big fan of the Maryland Terrapins, the Dark Knight, and we asked him if he could have dinner with anybody in the world, past, present, or future. He chose Martin Luther King Jr. Looking forward to sharing more zone spotlights this season on ShoreSportsZone.com. Back to the action now. Mark Carnival knows how to use his weapons here off the play action. He finds that great tight end, Mason Sheehan, over the middle. That's an 11-yard scoring play. It's now 27-3. Matawan has been ravaged by injuries, but they still have some great star power on the field. Don't forget about Sean Ramcharan. At any moment, he can change the tide of a game. Ramcharan with a huge kickoff return, and so now Matawan has some life. But the Huskies, on the verge of getting in the end zone, lose the handle, and Derek Ernst scoops it up at the 2-yard line, and there he goes. We've seen so many offensive Derek Ernst highlights. Now we've got a defensive Derek Ernst highlight. A 98-yard fumble return for a touchdown. And he wasn't done yet, because Derek Ernst closes out the scoring with a 50-yard touchdown run. And this is vintage Derek Ernst. If you go back at our archives on the Raritan team page on ShoreSportsZone.com, you'll see a whole bunch of runs like this. Derek Ernst, one of the best in the Shore Conference. And how about those Raritan Rockets? 40-3 winners over Matawan in a rivalry game. It would be wise to not count out the Matawan Huskies. When they get healthy, remember, they played a very, very tough schedule. They could right the ship in a hurry. This is a team that won a state championship last year. For Raritan, they're off to a 2-0 start. Both of those wins on the road at Manasquan and at Matawan. And after the game, our TJ Brustowitz caught up with Raritan head coach Anthony Petruzzi, who was pleased with his team making a statement with a huge win.
It was nice that we got this win. Matawan has a heck of a tradition. I have a lot of respect for their kids and their coaching staff. I think they do a heck of a job. It's something we haven't done very much, beating them in the past. So this one, this is something that it was a goal in the beginning of the season, and when you get a Manasquan win and then a Matawan win, we're happy with that, but we're not satisfied. We got to keep working.
Shore Sports Zone's coverage of Red Bank Catholic is sponsored by Surf Taco.
At Neptune, the Scarlet Flyers' tough schedule continues after facing Middletown South last week. This week, another superpower, the RBC Caseys. Second quarter, Eddie Hahn goes over the middle. Mike Weiland, all he does is score touchdowns when Shore Sports Zone is there. This is the 4th time we've caught Weiland in the zone. 25 yards, it's 14-0 Caseys. The RBC defense was a brick wall. Nasir Darnell, 6'4" junior, disruptive in the backfield throughout the first half. Then RBC goes back to work on offense in the second. Here's Hahn airing it out. Great catch by Max Hazard, all the way down to the 25-yard line. On the very next play, who else? Mike Weiland, he's at it again. This is a 25-yard touchdown run around the right side. Weiland scores 3 TDs on the night. Red Bank Catholic rolls to a 35-0 win over Neptune. Eddie Hahn added a TD run in the second half as the Caseys improved to 3-0 on the season. Next week, RBC returns to Count Basie Field when they'll host the Wall Crimson Knights.
Thanks to Paver Restoration for sponsoring Shore Sports Zone's coverage of St. John Vianney.
In Bayville, St. John Vianney paying a visit to the Central Golden Eagles. Big game for the Lancers. Anthony Brown to one of his top targets. This is Michael Stapert, the big, tall target, sets the stage for Chris Chukwunuke. A 33-yard touchdown run. The Lancers have a 28-6 lead in the second quarter. One bright spot for Central continues to be Mike Bickford, the outstanding running back, also gets it done on D. This an INT, 18 yards, but Central would not be able to convert it to points at the half. It's 28-6. First play of the second half, Anthony Brown. People forget that he is a great mobile quarterback. It sets the stage for Brown. 6 yards to Khalil Haskins. Brown would end the third quarter with another touchdown, this one from 27 yards out. Another great run by Anthony Brown makes it 42-6. And then Brown back to Michael Stapert. This is a 54-yard gain. And the scoring closes out when Brown finds Marquis Ellington, the transfer from Neptune. St. John Vianney rolls to a 49-6 win over Central Regional. The Golden Eagles clearly playing one of the top teams in New Jersey. As for St. John Vianney, a huge showdown next week. They'll play host to Rumson Fairhaven. Should be one of the top games in all of New Jersey. Shore Sports Zone, of course, will be there, and we'll have highlights of the RFH Bulldogs in Monmouth Regional coming up on Saturday.
Shore Sports Zone's coverage of the Wall Township Crimson Knights is sponsored by Manasquan Bank and NutriShop.
At Wall High School, the Crimson Knights playing host to Long Branch. This was a 10-7 lead for Wall at the half. Midway through the third, Sean Larkin punches it in from 2 yards out. Wall takes a 17-7 lead. Wall would get a stop at the ball back, but Brandon Lane gets into the backfield. Great defensive play there by the Long Branch linebacker. It forces a punt, but now Long Branch in desperation mode. 4th and 11 from their own 14. They've got to go for it. Down 10. Brandon Williams picked off by R.J. Janasek, and it's a pick six. Janasek gets in the paint. It's 24-7 Crimson Knights. And then under 2 minutes to go in the fourth, Janasek shows why he is an outstanding athlete. Great pass breakup here, nearly comes up with another INT. And the Wall Crimson Knights pick up their first victory of 2015. 24-14 is your final. You saw 2 touchdowns in the second half that solidified the victory. And after the game, our Alex Lorenzo caught up with Dan Curcione to talk about Wall getting their first win of the season.
You know, after going 0-2, it was one, you know, we really needed. We worked hard this week. The kids believed, like I just told them. So it's great to get the first one.
You had a rough one last week. Did you see some things in the team though that kept your belief up in this group?
You know, OSHA's a hell of a team, but we played hard the whole way. It wasn't effort. It wasn't anything like that. They just were a much better team than us that day. Our kids went back to work this week, and we came out. We get against an awesomely coached team. Coach George, that team's always really well coached. They're always tough, and we came out and we played really good.
Howell High School coverage is brought to you by Manasquan Bank.
At Howell High School, how about those Rebels off to a 2-0 start on the season? They welcomed in the Patriots from Freehold Township. Second play from scrimmage. Jack O'Brien's pass deflected. Connor Devine is able to concentrate and hold on to it. Wow, Connor Devine with a pick six. What a great start for Howell. It's 7-0 Rebels early in the game. But give credit to this Jack O'Brien. He doesn't let the INT phase him. That's what good quarterbacks do. Here he takes off a nice first down run, and it would lead to this. O'Brien to Adrian Rybaltowski. 23 yards. We're tied at 7. If you go to the stat zone on shoresportszone.com, you'll see Rybaltowski in the top 10. He's probably going to stay there. And the Patriots have some confidence now. O'Brien to Max Nowak. And Max Nowak is on the loose. This is a 52-yard gain all the way down to the 25-yard line. It's now 4th down. Freehold Township is going for it. Great decision because O'Brien finds Anthony Lottie. That is a clutch catch. 25 yards. It's 14-7 Freehold Township in front. The Freehold Township defense came to play. Here's a guy to keep an eye out for this year. Love this guy, Nick Galante, with the quarterback sack. He's an awesome punter, great place kicker, plays offense and defense. He does it all. And congratulations to head coach Corey Davies, who picks up his first win as the Freehold Township head coach against the team he used to be head coach. 21-14 is your final. Freehold Township certainly making noise last week. They had mighty Manalapan on the ropes, losing by just 1 point, 21-20. And now, Freehold Township turns around and gets a 7-point road win against the Howell Rebels. Head coach Tim Fosk has got folks in Asbury Park excited about the Blue Bishops, and for good reason. The first-year head coach saw his team take on modern-day Prep. First quarter action, Devon Thompson with the swing pass to Tykeer Davis. He takes advantage of some open space and drives it into the red zone, but the drive stalls. Then, modern-day sophomore quarterback Kyle Vianney goes to his top target, Eddie Lewis. Boy, he is so hard to bring down, but the Seraphs would come up empty on this drive. Late first quarter, the Blue Bishops go back to the ground. Charles Sanders, the big gainer, all the way down to the 19-yard line. They would switch sides. First play of the second quarter, 4th and goal. Sanders comes up just short of pay dirt. Modern Day Prep will take over at the 1-yard line. And Devaney would get himself some breathing room. A great catch by Jawan Mitchell over the middle, and it sets the stage for the first big play of the game. This is Jonathan Lubintis. And he's in the open field. And check out Lubintis rumbling. 69 yards. Modern Day Prep strikes first. It's 7-0 Seraphs. That's a great run by Lubintis. But Asbury Park doesn't get down in the dumps. They have a lot of weapons, including this guy, Trevor Saunders. Great run here to the 23-yard line. And then it's time for Devon Thompson to go to the air. Check out Jadon Stevens. Wow, that is a big-time catch. Let's take another look. Stevens does an awesome job of keeping his feet in. Asbury Park has it at the 4-yard line. 4th and goal. This time the Blue Bishops cash in. It's Devon Thompson to Jadon Stevens. 8-yard touchdown. We're tied up at 7. And let's shine the zone spotlight now and learn more about Jadon Stevens, the man they call Bam. And when you saw those highlights right there, you can see he has that kind of effect. It's just bam. What a great favorite athlete. Jerry Rice, one of the all-time greats in the National Football League. But this is the part I like the most. This is such a great quote from this young man. It's what you do when people are not looking. We look forward to profiling more great athletes from the Zone Nation all season long on our Zone Spotlights. And what a night for the Blue Bishops. Check out Charles Sanders. This, a 26-yard touchdown run. I think even more impressive than that great run. Watch what he does here for celebration. He's a smart guy. Charles Sanders goes right to his offensive line and gives him a firm handshake. Yeah, that's what happens with good running backs. They take care of their offensive line. And what a game for the Asbury Park Blue Bishops. Asbury Park football is back. 42-19 is your final. This is a very, very good modern-day Prep football team, and Asbury has served notice that they're going to be tough customers in 2015. I can't tell you how impressed I am with Tim Fosk. This first-year Asbury Park head coach has the Blue Bishops playing disciplined and sound football, and as you saw in those highlights, so many weapons. This is a versatile and dangerous team. We look forward to showing more Asbury Park action all season long here on ShoreSportsZone.com. For our team at Shore Sports Zone, I'm Rich Krampanis. Thanks so much for checking out our high school football coverage, and we'll see you tomorrow with more high school football here on ShoreSportsZone.com.